Hi everyone. Um, Good evening, and I hope I'll be the weirdest person here because I'm doing live with no one watching it. But anyway, I hope our friends would join us soon. Um, I know we guys don't usually do live video from Indians for Life page, but I guess it's time for us to start doing a lot of live videos so that we can keep the interaction going on and the discussion going on the crucial issues that's happening in our country, the crucial issues which do not get much attention. So, as you guys know, Indians for Life is an initiative of Uyir Kural, the organization which is based in South India. We work for the dignity of human life and to build a culture of life in our country. And that being said, we wanted to do this live video a few days ago, and we tried to do it yesterday, but we couldn't because of a lot of other important stuff that's happening in our country. But I cannot wait anymore because there's just not right time to say this information or to share this information with you guys. I've waited so far and there's no point waiting anymore. So there are a few things that we would like to share with you about. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, why is she always talking about abortion? Like the minute she opens her mouth, either it's about abortion or it's about population control or it's about family planning. I really do realize that. I do talk a lot about abortion, and there are reasons for it. I would like to share the reasons with you so you could understand and also know the justification. There is a hush about abortion in India. Like we don't talk about abortion in our country, like or on a normal basis, on the way it should be spoken. So there's kind of a eerie silence. People don't want to talk about it. People think, oh, abortion is a personal issue. We can speak about it, and that would be like poking your nose in the personal life of other people. You know what? It's not. It's wrong. It's not. That's not right. Abortion cannot be a personal issue. Of course, I've been given that statement to my face, like a slap on my face, when we try to help pregnant women who are coerced into abortion. But you know what? Killing an innocent, defenseless human being is not a personal issue. It can never be a personal issue, right? Because abortion is not about women's rights, abortion is about human rights. So when a person is killed, an innocent, defenseless person is being killed brutally, everyone has the right to speak about it and question it. Abortion is about human rights, it's about injustice, and we have the right to talk about it. So that's one of the reasons we tend to speak a lot about abortion, because there's so much harsh and somebody has to speak about it, like come out boldly and talk about it. Maybe we may not win arguments, but at least we would defend this innocent human being, right? And the silence about abortion in our country is very disturbing. Is very disturbing. Why is that? Because India performs 16 million abortion on an average a year. I do have the stats with me. Look, this is the article that I wrote for the website called Live Action, in which I have spoken about this research done in India. The study was published in the Lancet Medical Journal. If you can Google it, you will get it immediately. Now think about it. 16 million children killed brutally in our country, and we don't speak about it publicly. We don't speak enough. How is that? I do not understand. Of course, there are several other human rights issues that's screaming for our attention in our country. I completely agree with that. There are several problems going in India. I completely agree with that. But what is the use of talking about all other rights and all other problems if we do not address the fundamental problem, right? Because what is the fundamental right? The right to life, the right to live. What's the point of having the other rights, the education or clothing or shelter or political participation or whatever, if we do not have the right to life, if we cannot live? It's useless. It doesn't make any sense, right? So we have to talk about the fundamental issues, right? We have to concentrate a lot on the fundamental issues, and then of course definitely address any issue that affects the dignity of the human life. So that's another reason we tend to talk a lot about abortion, because one child is too much, but 16 million That's worse. I don't think, apart from China, any other country kills so many children except for India. Because take, for example, from 1971, when abortion was legalized in India through the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. An average of 6 million abortion was said to be performed each year, because we cannot rely on the government statistics. The government says we perform over 700,000 abortion a year. But that particular number, which is given by government, does not include sex-selective abortion. It does not include medical abortion, which we go buy pills from the medical shop and do the abortion in the house. It does not include the legal abortions, which are conducted in private hospitals. So if you include all these numbers and get a data, that would come up to at least 4 to 6 million. That's what the research says since 1976. So even refuting those numbers of 6.7 million or whatever, the recent study says 15.6 million. But still, let's take the lowest average, 6 million. So how many would we have killed since 1971? 300? 400? 300 million children killed in our country brutally by abortion under different banner, whatever you call it, population control, family planning, whatever you call it. And we are silent about it. What does it say about us? What kind of a society are we? To be so silent, to feel shy, to talk about abortion when 300 million children are killed. We have to think about it, because this says a lot about us as a society, a lot about us as individual persons. So that's another reason we tend to speak a lot about abortion, because there's just not enough concentration given on this particular issue in India. We have to talk about it. Countries that are much more smaller in size, much more economically below us, they are fighting to defend the right to life of their unborn children. I mean, take, for example, the event March for Life. It's happening in all countries: Mexico, Peru, Japan, Nigeria, Rome, every place. And how about India? We kill 300 million and there's no remembrance, no marches, no vigils. Abortion is not spoken in the mainstream, in the public square. I think we have to change this. It's time that we change this, because this, I don't know if I can use the word Holocaust, but this mass murder is just too much to bear. And we can't afford to be silent anymore. And August 10th, which is in 2 days, marks the 47th anniversary of legal abortion in India. I don't know how many of people even remember this date or take time to remember or commemorate this date. But August 10th, India legalized abortion in 1971, and this year would be 47th anniversary. We can proudly say we have killed 300 million children in order to become a developing country. And if you feel shameful about it, I think we have to start talking about it. I do understand a lot of people tend to be shy, because people who see our videos or even my personal videos, they kind of message us and say, I do agree with you, because this is just too much and horrible and brutal and we have to do something about it. And I would say, okay, I've never seen this person comment or like or share our videos. And I asked one of them, I do understand if you have personal reasons, but what could be the reason? And they said, oh, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if I would want to offend people, or how would they think about it, because there are other situations in which abortion happens. And I'm like, we are not talking about miscarriage. Put aside. We are talking about abortion, intentional murder of an innocent unborn children. And speaking about abortion from that point, we have to talk about it, and we don't have to feel shy. Look at me. I'm stammering 100 times within 2 minutes of the video. That's not the point. We don't have to be very articulate about speaking about abortion. We just want to address this injustice happening in our country. Politicians have to start speaking about it. Churches have to start speaking about it. Colleges have to start speaking about it. Religious organizations, Hindu or Muslim or Christian, whoever, have to start speaking about this. Schools have to start speaking about this. This particular discussion on abortion should come into the mainstream platform, because it's just not enough if we get comfortable with one organization addressing this issue, or one religion addressing this issue. It's just not enough. We have to talk about it in main platform, because the another reason I'm saying this is, when we tried to get this information out to people in our country about the 16 million abortion information, we made a video. We made an informative video, and we wanted to pass this message. We uploaded it in YouTube so people can see, and we want to promote it. Some kind of effort on our side. So when we did this and we applied for an ad, YouTube rejected our video. Why? Did we include violent content in our video? No. Did we include graphic images? No. Did we include any other pictures showing blood and flesh and violent images? No. What mistake did we do for our promotion to get cancelled? We spoke about abortion. And apparently when we tried to find out the reason from YouTube, they said any video that speaks about abortion is not allowed in these countries, which includes India and other developing countries. So if the mainstream media is not going to allow us to speak the truth about abortion, if the media is going to actually promote abortion and stop people from getting to know the truth, how else would people know about truth, right? Because the mainstream media, all the major newspapers in India, all the major news outlets in India says, oh, abortion is a women's right, we need more abortion, we need to extend legal abortion limit to 26 weeks, which is insane, So how would we take this message, the truth about abortion, to our people if they're going to stop our freedom of speech? There's no other way than talking it in public square. Talk to one-on-one, talk to friends, talk to family, talk in school, talk face-to-face, talk in the roads, in public spaces. There's no other way to get the information out. There's no other way to get the truth out, because Facebook is blocking us, YouTube is blocking us, all the major platform is blocking us from getting the truth to people. So what we have to do, we have to get into one-on-one conversation. There's no other way. So this is another reason why we tend to speak a lot about abortion, because the truth has to get out to people, right? So I think these are some of the things I would request you guys very much to speak about, to look into, to take time and see, are we really a civilized nation? Because we are killing millions and millions of Indians. As we say, we are transforming into a developed nation. We will be a failed nation because we are building this nation on the mass grave of our unborn children. Abortion is very brutal. Just Google and see how abortion is. Any abortion procedure is brutal. And to kill 300 million children is much more unthinkable than that. So I would very much request you guys to speak about it openly. Please don't feel shy. Please don't feel intimidated. Please don't feel you would lose an argument, because the cost we are paying is just too much. I would very much like to hear about your comments, your opinions, and whatever you would like to share with us on this. If you agree with us, please feel free to share this video, get this information out to people. And on August 10th, remember, on August 10th, spend at least a minute in silence to respect this unjust death of millions and millions of unborn Indians in our country. I know there's nobody else is going to have a huge vigil or remembrance, but let us remember. Let us remember our children who are being killed brutally. Let us remember our children who are being sacrificed so that on the false ideas of development and whatever. So on August 10th, please take a minute to remember the death of these innocent children. Please share your opinion on Facebook. We would encourage you to use the hashtag Indians for Life, or hashtag Stop Abortion in India, or hashtag Pro-Life India to address this issue. Just for 1 minute, open your mind about abortion and speak on behalf of these innocent children. These children cannot speak for themselves. They are very defenseless. They are very vulnerable. And we are the ones who have to speak on their behalf. I think we'll have to start the discussion about abortion in our country. And India can't stay like this anymore. Thank you so much for being on live with us, and I hope you guys would take time to think about it. We thank everyone who are with us and who are encouraging our work in Veer Kural as well as in our efforts in Indians for Life. Thank you so much. Bye now.